Hey everybody, welcome to Paul Mash TV, bringing you the very best indie country from all over the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he is Paul.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Paul Mash TV. I'm glad that you could join us again today. And again, the response to our show is getting better all the time, and we just want to let you know and remind you, for those that already know, but those of you that don't know, you can always contact us anytime. You can check out our Facebook page and an email address, and all that information will be at the end of the show. And you're guaranteed a response every time, so feel free to write to us and go on our Facebook page and message us, like the page, and so forth, and we'll be glad to hear from you. And as usual, if you're watching this right now on YouTube, you can subscribe on that little button right down there, and keep in touch with all the new episodes and so forth, and again, we'll be glad to hear from you from there as well. Right now, we have a band here called Lipshok. They're from Hayward, California, and we actually tried to have them on the show about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but at the time we were using Skype, which, I'll be explaining that in the interview too. The recorder we used, obviously, it kept echoing a lot, and or it would mute when it shouldn't, and a few other problems, and I never had that problem until I got this Windows 10 here. So I'm using this program now, which is called Zoom, and that's what I use for my interviews from now on. So we talked them into getting this program, and we had the interview. It sounds a lot better. So anyway, without further ado, we got the interview for Shark right now, Lipshok, excuse me, and pay attention to after the interview, because we got a music video from them, and I know you're going to like that as well. So let's go right now to Lipshok right here on Paul Mash TV. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another interview. And with us, we have two of the members of Lipshok. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
You're welcome. Honored to be here.
Okay. And you're from California, is that correct?
Right. San Francisco Bay Area.
Yes, sir. Okay. We're currently on fire at the moment.
And to explain to everybody, we originally tried to have an interview before, but something was wrong with our Skype. We don't use Skype anymore over here, but we're here to try it again. So why don't we go ahead and start off by the usual question?
Okay.
How did you decide to become a musician? I'm sure there's an interesting story behind that.
Are you asking me? I'll tell you. I had no choice.
Well, either one of you. By the way, why don't you introduce both of yourself to me as well?
Oh, so I'm knows. Scarlett Dark from Lipshok.
I'm Chucky, the bass player from Lipshok.
Lipshok.
No C.
No C.
No C. See?
Okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us your story there? And you both can answer the same question if you like.
Well, for me, it's just something I always did since I was a little child. So it's just what I'm compelled. I have no choice. Period.
Okay. Well, yeah. What about you?
Natural.
The reason I started playing guitar originally was at age 8. My older brother, 2 years older than me, got a Fender Strat from my stepdad. And then my stepdad said that, oh, you don't know how to play. You're not going to get anything. He gave him an instrument, not me one. So at that point, I waited around for my brother to lose interest, and then I picked it up. So that's how I started playing music, was with instruments that my brother got. He didn't play.
Okay. Well, I guess another question I'd like to ask you is, what are some of your biggest influences?
For me, it's a lot of the symphonic metal. It's not many Americans, mostly European, like Nightwish and Lacuna Coil, Within Temptation. American be like Evanescence would be American. And then Elton John and the Beatles, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's those are good influences. How about you? You got your own influences over there?
Phil?
Well,
you
yeah,
may speak now.
Actually,
I have to give him permission.
I see.
The influences are definitely in like classic rock, acid rock, heavy metal, hard rock, funk, soul, R&B, because it all comes down to the process of what you're trying to play. If you're a cover musician, you listen to a lot of different bands because those are the popular songs. You know, I used to learn the top 10 songs of every year starting in 1970, just because it was a way for me to sit down and get a wide range of music. So for me personally, though, I like classic rock. You know, I like the stuff, you know, Zeppelin, the Doors, all the old acid rock from the 60s, because that's when I grew up.
Oh,
you know?
Pink Floyd and Genesis,
yeah.
too.
So those are
Good
big
stuff.
arena bands and acts that they're iconic. And then, you know, good songwriters like the Beatles or even
That's why I like
Prince,
the Beatles.
people like that, David Bowie. You know, I have a real wide range of what I like and what influences us. And together, when we write, that's what you hear a lot of in our music, is that we have some sensibilities about our melodies and our rhythms. And a lot of what she does is based on the mystic sense of our music. You know, takes you to a different place. All these things that we talk about, and that's why she likes the symphonic music over some of the other stuff, because it's symphonic music to me is melodic, heavy music that's female fronted, usually female fronted, which is exactly how we write, right? But if you listen to some of our older stuff, it's definitely more rock / pop, but now it's more commercial, hard rock, heavy metal, melodic rock. And everything that we write, we incorporate that thought process into it. So the song, usually it's an idea where Scarlett will come up with it, and then I'll write all the guitar parts and the bass parts. But everything that we pull is from our experience of listening and being cover musicians for over 20 years. So we just started doing the original stuff because we had a lot more in us musically. So that's why.
I always wrote songs. Even when I was a little girl, I used to write songs, play the piano, and sing. Just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kept doing it. What the hell?
Okay. Well, I guess my next question is, I know you've had a couple albums since then, and as a matter of fact, I received both of those albums just recently. Why don't you tell us a little bit about those albums?
So the newest one is To Haunt a Quiet Realm. And the Quiet Realm is probably my head that's haunted. That's where all these songs come from. The one before that was The Soul of a Broken Mind. Those songs, yeah, I felt kind of broken at that time. So I'd go from broken to haunted. And then before that, I didn't send you that one, In Darkness Light. That was when I first started delving into more mystical life and pagan themed things. And In Darkness Light is what's written above the Temple of Hecate in Greece. It's En Aerobis Phos. She's the goddess of the underworld.
For In Darkness Light.
So it's kind of true. I live, you know, gotta kind of be out there a little bit to be a musician.
Okay. And speaking of that, I think it was from your first album. You got a music video that we're going to be playing in just a couple minutes. Maybe
Path of Stone. That's
Path of Stone, right?
That's from The Soul of a Broken Mind.
Oh, okay. And of course, I've seen the video. It's pretty awesome, and we'll be watching that in just a couple minutes.
Okay.
Is there a story behind that, by the way?
Yes, kinda. I mean,
you talking about how it was made or how it was written, or
about the song in general?
Path of Stone is this. A lot of people follow a path that they create themselves. You know, it's
just
hard.
More pagan type stuff.
It's
mystical.
It's following your own true path, even though it's harder because you're not fitting in with everybody else.
Yeah, so it's going what your true path is, even if it's difficult for you.
Because you have to. It's a hard path.
It's like somebody who has drive to do something. Nobody does anything easy. It's always going to be difficult. But if you have the drive, just like you do to do interviews with bands, that's a difficult path for some people. They never take it. So that song is about your journey on that road and conquering how, you know, partly.
The video shows, it's kind of dark, showing like a mental breakdown. It's trying to not let you know which is the real world. Is it the path of, is it the one with all the happy music and hair flying, and or is it the one when I'm in a straitjacket?
Right.
Let you
That's why I
know.
have the doctors and the clipboards
Yeah.
and all that.
Right. Okay. And like I said, we'll be watching that in just a moment or two, but I just want to let you know that's about all I can think of right now. But
Okay.
I do appreciate you both coming out and being here. And
That's
anytime
fun.
in the
Thank
future
you
you
so
want to,
much.
yeah, no problem. And anytime you want to come back out, we'd love to have you back.
Thank you, Paul.
www.lipshok.com.
Lipshok.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and watch that now. Path of Stone, right?
Right.
Yeah, Path of Stone. So we'll watch that in just a moment here, but we'll be right back after this. So don't go away.